Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Reagan.
And I'm Renee, and this is What the Romance.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Lexi Jarvie. Pie isn't just a dessert. It's a way of life. Pies, fillings, jams, jellies, honey, they're all part of the award-winning business Firefly Kitchen. After being left behind by everyone, I was determined to make it all on my own. And I have. I love what I do. I love what I've created, and I love who I've become. Yes, it's small, but it's mine. And nothing or no one can stop me now. Not even Bryan Brennan. He may have returned, but it won't be long before he leaves. And regardless of which way you slice it, some things can't be forgotten, no matter how sweet they taste. Bryan Brennan. Football isn't just a sport. It's a way of life. I've spent more years than I can remember chasing my dream. When you come from nothing, it's even more important to become something. The unstoppable drive and uncomparable determination that is ingrained in me has gotten me to where I am now. 28 years old and undoubtedly the best professional quarterback in the league. To be happy is to be perfect. Plans, plays, passes, I've mastered them all. And it was never just for me. It was for her too. Only she doesn't know it. And now, 10 years later, I'm ready to tell her. She's a small town girl and he's a household name. Off the field and out of the kitchen, will they break and crumble or finally get their second chance at the biggest game of them all? Love. Not my heart just breaking all over again.
I think this out of this series, this heartbreak was pretty rough for me.
Because it was so real and it's so true to it literally can happen to this. This book has a hold over me. Like, I really can't explain. Actually, I actually have explained it to Kathryn finally, and I did a post on it on my page too. Finally, explaining, but it's just this book is number one comfort read for me. Number one. Obviously, look at this thing. I have worn this thing out.
That poor book.
I know.
I mean, mine is there, but it ain't broken like that. That's hanging on by a thread.
Literally. Good thing there's a new one coming soon. Okay. First of all,
respectfully.
Nothing tastes sweeter than a second chance at love.
Taylor knows it for a fact.
Yes. Preach. Facts. Okay. I can't. There's just so much to talk about with this.
There's a lot to talk about, but honestly, it's so hard to explain it unless you just
read
be
it.
Here, read the damn book.
I really did. Okay. It started off really well and strong because the whole interview process of him being on television show, that got me all giddy, especially the whole this or that thing that they played. And then when the last question was pie or cake, and she explained him sitting there grinning, and I'm like, oh shit.
No, he's gonna say pie.
I was he got a story. You can see it. I mean, you can't see it, but you can feel it.
But you can imagine it.
I was picturing everything so vividly. It was great. I was like, oh.
Yes. I was picturing the interview step by step, like Jimmy Fallon talking to him or some shit like that.
And then him wearing the strawberry socks. The pink. And okay, so I could picture her sitting on the couch and be with her mouth open, did he just say that? I could picture the whole thing. Oh god, I love how in here she's like, "Oh my stars," and I'm like, "Oh, I've said that before." Or "Oh my Lanta." Oh my Lanta is my biggest,
a big one,
a huge one. Oh. Okay, the treehouse.
So
the treehouse.
cutesies.
Oh my god. Stop it!
It's so cute. It gets you in all the feels.
Oh god. And like, okay, so like their first, like when you actually go back to like where he had left,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and like the whole prom scene, the whole vibes. I was like, oh, just here, let me take out my heart and hand it to you.
For you to stomp on.
Like, here, just take it while you're gone. Don't bring it back, okay? I love the whole, and I remember I was talking with Kathryn about like the whole squirrel thing, like where it came from.
Yeah.
Her thing with like the whole squirrel thing, and like I have on here like Squirrel 2, Lexi 0, like the whole squirrel thing was just really cute and just something like perfect to like just throw in there.
It's
I loved
cute.
it.
And I like the way she
so
freaking described them, rats with bushy tails.
But so true. So true.
It is. They're everywhere. They're fucking everywhere.
I literally saw 3 of them today in the yard. And now every time I see a squirrel, I always think of that.
Rats with bushy tails.
Oh god. And let's not even get on when James
your fucking obsession with James.
When Lexi's brother like reached out to Bryan, and I'm just like, hey.
Your obsession over side characters
it's so strong. So strong.
Any side character that is like semi-sweet or semi-Taylor's taste, Taylor was like, screw the main character, I'm going for the side character.
Give me some of that. I will be your number 1 fan. Also, but really though, I have been James Jarvie's number 1 fan for the longest time.
Exactly.
The longest time. He will always be my number 1, and he actually might be getting his book. But until I have it in my hands, I'm just gonna keep drooling and like freaking sweating over here over it.
Until the proof is in my hands. Put it there.
And then, okay, but like the whole thing of James being like, that's some mystery girl you got there. And I'm just like, okay. And then Bryan being like, you got a problem with this? I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay, alpha male vibes.
But I loved how like there was nothing like they didn't care about James' reaction because it was like he knew, but also I love that there wasn't that like that bad vibe with like, you know, the brother like stay away from my sister type of thing.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was different. It's different.
Not like Bryan is a bad guy. Bryan was never a bad guy.
And like James was like, nope, just don't make me have to break that golden arm of yours. Took you long enough.
Seriously, 10 years. Holy shit.
Oh my lord. 10 years. Yep.
10 years. Oof. I would have done moved on.
Girl, that was 10 years for me and Ryan too.
I already would have done moved on.
But they didn't see each other for 10 years. Me and Ryan did see each other within that 10 years.
Exactly.
Major. It's a big difference.
Big. But still the same. Still the same nonetheless.
Yes, true. Yeah. I love how he was like, she is air, she is water, she is life, she is everything I need. And their whole thing where she's like, one thing. Tell me one thing.
Yes. Yes.
Every time they came up and I'm just like I'm like, you guys are so cute, stop it.
You're all stop.
Okay, but like these pie recipes, I've done so many. I always will bring out this book during the holidays just for like the recipes too.
The recipes, yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm still waiting, and I know she's like probably tired of me bugging her about this, but that recipe book of all the recipes is much needed in my kitchen.
Here, I need it.
It's not a want, it's a need.
Exactly. I think that is so creative because not a lot of people like do anything like after the chapters, but like
No, I
having
thought
a
that was
recipe after each chapter of whatever they talked about or ate or drank within that chapter. I think it's so smart.
it was very unique, and I loved how different it was. And I feel like I hate that this series has not like gotten so much praise that it deserves.
Right?
But I will always be its number one fan. I will praise it as far as I can see.
I think these books are some of our best like aesthetically pleasing photos.
Facts.
Because you could put like a pie, or you could put like lemonade, or you could put wine and strawberries and this and this and that, and make it summery, because that's what these books are. They're very summery, springish, like all that.
Well, yeah, they give literally every single season vibed.
Yeah,
Every.
for sure.
Ugh, I loved it. I can't get enough of it. I literally reread it constantly, like maybe 8 times a year.
Yeah, I just read it like 8 times in 2 weeks.
I read it last night. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was done with it by 2:00, and I started at 1:59.
The facts. Yeah, I can never get enough of this book, and I will always tell everyone they need this book in their lives. They don't even have to read the other ones. They can read this by themselves, but I highly recommend reading the other ones too, guys.
Because don't be stupid, read the other ones.
Yeah, let's not be rude, okay?
Read the other
ones. Also, you get a lot of James Jarvie in the first one.
Okay, and Zach, I mean, come on, that's alpha male all the way.
Facts. But then we can't forget about our Jack, okay? We can't forget about Jack.
That's my little goofball. I fucking love him.
I can't wait till we talk about that one. I just can't.
Oh, I love their greeting to one another.
Mm-hmm.
The hey Bryan, hey you.
I know. Stop. This book gets me so fucking giddy. I can't even take it. Okay.
This book mixed in with a little bit of lessons is what I would want my love life to look like. Mine is like, take out the bad part, take out like the heartbreak. Toss it that way.
It's like, let's skip that part.
Let's skip to the good part.
Oh my god, I just opened up to the prom scene. I guess I should say after prom, because they went to their treehouse. She was like, tell me why you're here and not at the dance. One thing. I had said this to him many times over the years. It had become the only way I could get him to open up and let me know what he was thinking. He's like, I really did want to dance with you at our senior prom. So why didn't you? Will you dance with me now? Okay. But there's no music. Sure there is. Can't you hear it? Our song is playing. Oh, I think the one part that really, obviously the heartbreak killed me, chapter 26. But what really killed me is when he's like, I can't do this.
Yes!
Sir, this is the part where I don't like the whole one thing. Because she's like, one thing, Bryan, tell me one thing. I literally felt this coming, and then as I saw like in like my peripherals like down here, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
I think my whole heart dropped at that point. I was like, no.
And then he said it, and I think I like held my breath, and like my heart just dropped to my stomach, and I'm like, no. No. And then And then he came in with the whole, I thought I could, but it's too much. I'm in over my head, and I need to focus on the game. Just the game.
You're gonna make me cry.
I know. Just that whole thing, because like him devoting his love to football, like I get it. I understand. And like, you know, like I said, this is real life, you know, like people who are devoted to the I can only imagine people in the NFL may have had something like this before because their first goal was to be like, you know, professional and whatnot. That was their goal. And then all she said was, okay, Bryan.
Oh, and then the
follow up.
The follow up turnaround for what it's worth. You are the love of mine.
Okay, let's not get into this, guys.
I just put ... I'm dead. I'm dead. Analyze me right now.
I literally just put in there, my heart hurts. I can't do this anymore.
Girl, I'm dead. I'm dead.
I do like how she put in this. This was Lexi's. It was kind of like just like, you know, word of advice for like anything. It was. It's. I know only I am responsible for my happiness, whether it's in competing, bracing, or finding. It's all on me. Love that because you can bring. That's like you could bring that into the like right now for anything. Yeah. I loved it.
I like the end of that chapter. What is it? Chapter 26, where she's like, no matter how much or how long I've loved him, he's never gonna love me back like I deserve to be loved. Like that whole thing, and then she ends it with, it's who I am, and as much as it pains me to finally admit this, we just aren't meant to be.
Yeah.
I put, this is killing me. This is killing me.
On a lighter note.
On a lighter note, they get back together, obviously.
She goes to the game, and like the whole grand gesture, oh, that was just so sweet.
Oh.
Her going to the game and like them losing, like him coming out and seeing her, like, and he just like hugs her. Like I was just like, come here.
Okay, first of all, not during the game was I crying for Jack.
Stop, let's not get into that. I can't remember.
that whole part in Lessons, that shit kills me.
Yes, I can't wait to talk about Lessons next. But on this, everyone needs to just, you know, just read this because there's really nothing to say other than you have to read it. We can't stress this enough.
Read it. Read the damn book. Read it.
Be the book. Love the book. Become the book. Oh. Okay, rating all around is going to be 5 for me. Everything.
Yes.
Everything. Like, obviously,
a
like, there really was...
I was like,
be like, bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck off this podcast. Get out of here.
Who the fuck are you? I mean, honestly, there wasn't like a whole lot, there wasn't a lot of spice, but no matter what, all around, it's going to be a 5 for me just because of like the story itself was just beautiful.
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree. And I'm the type of person where sometimes, like, if there's not enough spice in a book, I do tend to get bored with it. Just for, like, I like something to grab my attention, and usually it's the spicy scenes that do grab my attention. But with these books, like, with all of Kathryn's books, except hats off, because there was a lot of more spicy scenes in there. With all of her Starving for Southern series, there's not a whole lot of spice. There's not like, oh, he did tricks on me, we did this, we did that. It was like we made love. There you go.
Yeah, it was literally like the story was just perfect. Like you just forgot. You kind of like forgot about all of that. You were literally just living in the moment.
Exactly. The book was so beautifully written that you didn't
need those. Yeah, you didn't need those.
That they weren't in there, or that, you know, the buildup was so good.
Yeah.
That was the spice, was the buildup.
Facts.
Y'all straight up.
Facts. Mike, book drop. I'm just kidding.
A book drop.
And on that note, follow, like, subscribe, love us because we love you. And stay tuned next time for lessons because you don't want to miss it.
Yes, stay tuned. Jack and Meg coming at you.